I'm hitting record. This is the, let me check my notes here. The Time Capsule Podcast, episode 1, and we're black. Fontleroy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Are we live? Are we in?
Oh, we're in.
Oh,
We're
thank
inside,
God.
and we cannot take off our condoms because that would be rape.
It's called stealthing. It has
I
an
can't believe.
official.
Why does it have like a military operation name attached to it?
It's really unfortunate. It sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, like when I'm playing
Bad it is.
Ghost Recon Wildlands and I'm killing the the South Americans, I'm thinking, oh man, I'm stealthing all over these guys. But now when I say it and I'm screaming at my NSA agents listening, he's thinking, oh fuck, he's raping women, and that's
Gotta take them
bad.
down.
So immediately, shadow bans my Twitter, shadow bans my YouTube, makes lowers my bit rates, DDoSes
Which,
me, if you will.
which, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure your YouTube's already shadow banned.
True, I've my
Weird.
YouTube has been on the platform for far too long, and I've made far too many
Far
horrific comments
and far
on other
too
people's
little
YouTube
content.
channels.
Far too little content, too. Some may say.
Yeah, I need to make more. That's how it works on YouTube. For every amount of year that you've had an account, if you don't have at least 300 videos a year, are you really a YouTuber?
No, it's got to be at least once a week, or you're done.
Is that
You're
what
out of
you
here.
speaking of that is a topic that I'm interested in, is the YouTubers who they're on the grind, fucking all these kinds of people. Like YMS had this going on for a bit. Like they have one niche grind. They do one kind of video and they keep doing it, and then they're getting like 2K to 5K on Patreon, and immediately they start making like one video every 1 month if you're fucking lucky on their main channel, and they got like 1,000 side projects. You
Right.
see a channel go that way, what is your reaction?
Honestly, I think it's fine. 'Cause I see it as they're on the grind, they're on the grind, they're doing the day in, day out bullshit. And then once they get to a certain point, 'cause like you said, they have like 2K, 5K on Patreon. A lot of these content creators are putting their content behind that paywall. It's like they've established themselves that they're not just putting out garbage, I guess. 'Cause if you believe in what they're putting out enough
To support them
to be a
so they don't
Patreon
need to keep
subscriber,
shoveling into the algorithm coal
bullshit. They
fire?
just don't need to. Yeah, they just don't need to be putting out bullshit. So they're just putting out things that they want. They either want to, and I think most times people who are consuming the content will be happy with what they're putting out because the creator's enjoying it too.
True, true. Yeah,
What
I
is
generally
your
agree with
take? I
that.
feel I feel like you have a more cynical take than
Oh, I definitely do.
most. Yeah.
Because I've seen it go bad so many times that
Like what?
so we're content creators just stop making content entirely.
Wholesale, not even behind
Like
Patreon or anything?
like if they do have things on Patreon, it's like here's an update. And I got these problems, and it's always some personal problem thing that goes on.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
weird to me that like it's like and it's like the classic case where it's like you're so poor you don't have time to have personal problems, so you're on the grind, and then you start making some things, and then it's like, well, shit,
And now
where do I go? Because isn't this is what I think. What the fuck was that streamer who killed himself? Wreckful? Isn't this what he said? Where he said he wishes he was poor because he doesn't have any aspirations in life anymore.
wow,
Like that was, I
interesting.
think that was him, and that was something that he said. And I'm not saying that like this happens to everybody, but like who the fuck is Joseph Anderson? Now, mind you, he is very upfront on his Patreon, which I think is a good way to do it. There's definitely ways that this plays out that I respect. So he's like, only donate if you want to give me money. And I think he only cashes out when he makes a video, I'm pretty sure. And he hasn't made one for like 9 months. But when he makes these videos, they're like all encompassing, the most exhaustive analysis of the game and the gameplay with slight critiques of the story. and he's upfront about that. Like, don't give me money if you don't, if you're not comfortable with this pay structure and things like that, whatever, right? Now on the flip side, the worst iteration of this that I've ever seen would be Digibro. Anime YouTuber, has a grind. He's on it. He has a lot of side content, or she's on it. I apologize. I think he's a girl now. That's true. I don't know what the new name she's going by.
Why not just go by they?
Yeah, that helps. So they're on this grind, and they are getting a bunch of money, and she's got definitely a she. Yeah. Anyway, she's got this fucking like this swagger about it, and is clearly getting money not just to support herself, but like her editor and all these other things, and almost like an entourage, and it's pretty cool. But then I don't know what the fuck happens. Oh, I know what happens. The success goes to her head. She like moves to fucking Boston, buys a house, can't afford the mortgage with her fiance girlfriend, and then did you see that video where she's like at a house later and her ex-girlfriend and her ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend are there like trying to attack them?
Oh yeah, that's funny. I have no clue who this person is, but I've seen that bit of drama.
Yeah. So that's
weird.
That's
surreal.
Kind of Digisis. I don't know. She's gone through so many different recreations.
I was gonna make that joke too.
No, because she changed her channel to DigiNay. Now, mind you, before all this shit happened, she was going to give the channel to her girlfriend, and she was going to be leading the channel or reading the scripts or something. But it turns out, one, her delivery is terrible, and two, she's pretty fucking stupid. So like nobody wants to listen to what this bitch has to say. And also, she's like one of those eternally horny thirst trap poster kind of people. Yeah, so kind of disgusting. But like that's like the worst way I've seen that go, where it's like you have like a viewer base that does support you and will kind of support you almost through anything. But when you like almost like she has not produced any content that is worth listening to. She's like on these like weird drug benders with these like people who are just mindless losers. Like if you think like the No Filter podcast is the No Brain podcast, go watch the fucking Void Crawlers or whatever the fuck her shitty podcast is. It's always recorded with the worst god awful audio you'll ever imagine. They're all stumbling around shit in a fucking garage while they're blazed out of their minds on God knows what fucking THC laced with extra fucking like anal juices you can imagine. And none of them have anything interesting to say. And DigiSis has like corroded her brain so badly with the constant weed and other drugs that she also sounds like a fucking moron now. And as obviously seeing how low the dollar signs are now on the Patreon, she's gone back to making YouTube analysis video or anime analysis videos, like crawling back to the thing that made her money initially in the first place. And it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic.
Return to form is what it is. So the reason you're so heated about this is because you were a long time Patreon subscriber. You were on the top tier.
True. I was burned. I was the top tier. Yeah. I was a $25 a month sub. I was in all the Google Voice Hangouts. Mm-hmm. I was like, Digibro, I need some advice. I was hiding in the garbage at my school. I really wanted to surprise the girl I have a crush on, but when I jumped out, she wasn't actually there. It was the janitor, and he beat me in the face with a mop. Now I'm in the hospital, and everyone's laughing at me on social media. What do I do? And no advice was given. Everyone in the Discord call, the Google Voice Hangout Discord call, laughed at me.
They all laughed at you? Oh my god.
They all fucking laughed at me.
It's like poetry.
I know. It was horrible. And then that's why I'm actually running Why Kick. You don't even know what this YouTube channel is, but there was a controversy a long time ago where Digibro and everyone else kicked Monkey Jones out of their podcast, and somebody started like a detractor channel against the procrastinators, called Why Kick. Like why did you kick this person for the podcast? And he does this, and he goes into these like financial analysis of like the program. It's like the most like you have no fucking life, and you're just like trying to take them down in the most like limp way possible.
It's like, it's kind of mind-blowing the extent some like no-lifers go to when it comes to these like content creators,
Like
cult of
vendettas.
personality types. Yeah, well, and it's even weirder because it's against someone who didn't like you personally.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
they liked this other cult of personality person, so now we need to go against this other group of people because they spurned him.
Yeah, and
This is without seeing this shit, so I
yeah,
don't
and
know.
I can tell you the drama. Honestly, it was probably warranted to kick him out because Monkey hangs out with like stupid trolls that just harass people, like literally like doxing them and sending shit to their house. And it's like, how could you like? No human, no rational human could imagine being friends with somebody who that person's friends are also constantly harassing you, and
Right,
then you're like,
right,
hey, like,
right.
maybe you should. Can you get them to stop? And they're like, oh no,
Yeah,
I don't control them. And it's like, okay, you're just a fucking like. How do you just sit by and be like, yeah, that's normal behavior, right? Like, no, they're fucking crazy. And the fact that you're
yeah.
like even like, oh, it's funny, hee like, I don't know. I think that if you think harming people is funny, then the NSA agents should monitor you more.
So I guess where do you like
That's my
draw?
PG take on that.
Where do you draw like harm? Where's the line? Like
I don't know if it's like a
is online?
harassment thing. Like if you're like a
Yeah,
like consistently, if you're doing things for the purpose of like they're doing it for like the lulls, like the old
right,
4chan,
right.
like kind of like lulls, and there's good lulls and bad lulls, like intentionally making fun of someone's living situation. And mind you, the person they're harassing is like poor as shit, right? He's like living in his parents' basement or some shit, and I think he was just with his mom, and I think they got kicked out because his mom had some medical thing. So like it's somebody who's already down. Like you're already kicking somebody who's like really down, right? But then like going out of your way to constantly like try to poke at somebody about things that person is insecure about when like they don't really do anything online to warrant it. Like this person that was a victim of this was not in any way like a LTG, a DSP, a Wings of Redemption. They were honestly, their YouTube videos are pretty funny. They're really unique. And the guy has like a really interesting kind of like ego in his videos that makes it funny to watch, and also laughing at himself. And he's one of the few white YouTubers to use the N word on YouTube, which I find hilarious.
That's based.
Yeah,
Good for him. He's taking a stand.
And he
Out.
and he and he cares about things that the common man cares about, like Windows automatic updates where you can't shut down your computer until you update.
Who is it who is that? Who are you talking about?
Endless.
That's the
His name
monkey
is
guy?
Endless Jess.
Okay.
If you look the video up about Windows 8 update Endless Jess, that's the one where he calls Obama the N word. He's like, Obama, you N word, you did this, didn't
Um,
you?
no, okay. Now they're losing me a little bit. I don't know. I think there's a time and a place. I
Oh
don't
no, it's
think
pretty funny. I think. the, I don't know how old the video is. I mean, it's probably obviously not funny now because you can't use the N word without being
you
racist,
just said it.
unfortunately.
You just said it's funny. You can't walk that back immediately.
No, I
You're
think it's
holding
funny,
that
but
one.
like socially, you can't like you couldn't have a video where you're saying that,
Got it.
and normal
Got it.
people are gonna find it
Got it.
acceptable.
Right.
They're gonna be like, oh my gosh.
Which I think is deplorable. I think it should be acceptable. Anyways, hey, that brings me to a segment that I think is going to be very important to the channel, to the health of the community. That's Viewer Mailroom.
Oh,
If anyone
absolutely.
is if anyone is still listening to this, first off, thank you. I don't know why, but thank you. This is I think we should do it at the beginning, kind of get the
Should we do it at the beginning? I mean, it makes
hot
sense
takes.
of the
That's what I
last
was
thing.
thinking. I didn't want to like I
Although,
didn't like I thought about it while you were mid diatribe about Digi-Sys, so I didn't want to like interject. But I'm just saying like even for future episodes we can mention it, like like
mention
we
it at
said
the
this is
beginning. Is that
yeah,
what you're
just it
saying?
doesn't yeah, I mean even doing it at the beginning because that's like okay, it's like this is from the mailroom, right? Like okay, this is these are the current discourse within the
This is
YouTube
what people are saying.
comments.
This is what people wanted to have questions about. Yeah. And how?
Yeah.
Okay. So how are they gonna get in the mailroom? What are they going
Okay,
to do?
so in order to get into the mailroom, it's really easy. All you have to do is type VM, viewer mailroom, whatever variation you want, into the comments, and we'll read your comment live on air.
We'll pin it to the agenda.
We'll pin it to the agenda. We'll get policymakers working on it immediately
To passing it into law.
We're not going to discriminate. We'll read anything. If we have to minutely censor it, we're not gonna go to any hard R's. But I don't think we're very averse to swearing. Proper internet fare, right?
And if the English is bad, we'll figure it out.
If the English is bad, we'll read it.
We'll read it verbatim in the way it's written, verbatim. Obviously.
Yes, exactly.
And then we'll try to tease apart, what do they really mean by this?
Emphasis on tease because their English is bad.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean, honestly, anyone who can speak another language, I really envy them. I think they are honestly better people. I know that we kind of differ on that. Borley thinks that people who
I was just waiting to bring up how he's like, I was trying to bring up some kind of like yellow fever or like I don't even know. Your porn search results are all like ebony cream pie or.
It's I'm a xenophile. What can I say? I'll be the first to admit it.
A xenophile is my favorite perk in Stellaris.
Trade or whatever.
I think it gives you extra. Trade and extra diplomats, so you can make people like you. All for the purpose of getting their votes in the Galactic Senate.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go in a different route with that. thought it was gonna be all in service of colonizing them.
Well, that is also true. I do like to make a ring world where I try to get everyone to come in and just intermingle. So by the end of the game, it's lagging so bad because every crossbreed is also a crossbreed. It's actually disgusting. That was actually, I don't know if you know this, but they changed the way the game checks for jobs because in a lot of games when you have like that interracial breeding, which is an option you can turn on and off in the game, mind you, it lags the game down because every day, I guess, in the game or whatever it is, it checks every race to see if they have any people of the races available for every job.
Yeah.
So it was just like the reason the game slows down is because there's so much CPU. Like imagine if it worked like that in real life. Yeah. Imagine, because this is something I think about, is like there's jobs available, there's people who want jobs, and still to this day, there isn't really a good uniform way to bridge those connections.
Yeah.
People. Oh yeah, what's up?
No, I mean, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say places complain about these labor shortages, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm always curious, what tactics do they use to get the labor that they want? Because I've worked at two places that are both nonprofits that very easily benefit from reaching out to recent or upcoming college graduates. I live in a town with a college that graduates fucking at least 5,000 people a year. And it's very easy. When I was in undergrad on the psych email thing, they would be like, oh, these are some jobs available that you can apply for that we were told about. All you got to do is just contact someone at the school, be like, hey, how could we get our jobs sent to your students? We're looking to hire your students. And none of these places I've ever worked at even do this. And,
right.
And every time they've had these hiring managers that come on that end up quitting and all this stuff. And you know what they do? And the reason I know this is because I've been harassed by these emails. They pay to have their job postings on Glassdoor and Indeed just shilled harder. That's where all your HR money's going. Or the HR budget, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna start saying. Is I feel like there are services like that, Indeed. I think is a really good example, a more current example. There are like job agencies, but it seemes like the contracts that they have just suck.
They're terrible. Have you ever worked with a temp agency before?
Me.
Yeah. Have you went in? You had a contact.
Well, I signed up and then I don't know. I'm a vibe person and I just did not get good vibes.
Oh yeah, there's no good vibes because everyone there is disingenuous. Every single one,
So
because they're all looking to
what do
make
you?
money off your placement.
So it's almost like a pyramid scheme.
It is. It really is. It's a capitalist wage slave pyramid scheme where they're look because they make money off your placement, and so
Yeah.
essentially part of your hourly wage goes to them, unbeknownst to you.
No way.
Yeah, I went through this. I actually got offered a government job, but it wasn't a government job because it was a contracted full-time position, and then went down to part-time. And I would never actually work for the state. I would have just been a contracted employee because, God forbid, you actually get any good benefits. Like,
Right.
it's kind of ironic because in England, every job is contracted, and that's like solid. It's like that solidifies your employment. But in America, contract work is generally AIDS because you don't have any benefits.
Right.
So yeah, it sucks. And then also like just riding the bus around to these places, and you have to take all these tests. I had to take a word test that I got 98% on, or 99. I don't even remember. You have to take an Excel test. You have to take these tests to prove that you can use these programs, which are incredibly easy. I could just Google them and find the answers to figure out how to do the things that I was asking me to do. So that was really easy.
At first, when you said word test, I thought they just put a bunch of words in front of you.
Like it's like the scene in Idiocracy, and it's just like a bunch of like pick the word that sounds like this, and it's like a barking dog, and the word dog is up there.
Yeah, I mean something like that, or it's like they do flashcards. They have like a word, and you have to say like what that word is.
Oh my, yeah, like I have to just literally like, can you read this word?
What are words?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
and then there's a tier list. It's like one point if you can read the word, 2 if you can define the word, 3 if you can use the word in a sentence, and then I don't know what, maybe 4 you can read the word backwards. That's extra credit.
I think like synonyms would be a good one. That would be multiple
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
To
We should
relate
run
what
a
that
temp
was.
agency.
I think I know our next business venture.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a temp agent, a legal capitalist pyramid scheme.
absolutely. Anyway, I didn't take that job because I had another job that was better experience, but
Didn't you say that you wish you did take that job?
I
That's
do,
when you
because
were
it would have been
going-
a foot in the door and into a government
Yeah.
job. And
Yeah,
it wasn't even the state, it was the county. And the county, apparently, I've been told by a friend who works for the county now, has better benefits than the state. So it makes sense. I mean,
Makes sense.
it made the county is probably one of the wealthiest counties in the state. So why the fuck wouldn't it, right?
And that like would vary county to county too.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying that for the dum-dums in our audience, the 2.5 people
Yeah, the 2.5 people.
that are dumb, that are the rest are really smart, and I love you all. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Did you have any segments you wanted to go to? Otherwise, I can
well,
pick one out of the graph.
Oh no, I got something we should go to because everyone's been staring at it for the last like 20 minutes, and I think we finally should address the skeleton in the room.
Yeah.
We have a picture of our stupid faces. We're doing the soy face, and we're reacting to low tier god. So in the last few months, me and you have become low tier god fans. Is that safe to say?
It's very safe to say. I'll unabashedly agree to that. Yes.
So
I'm not being sarcastic. I know it's
no, I absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, low tier god is a funny individual.
Yeah.
For me, it sounds like maybe I have more of a history of this than you do. I've always looked at low tier god as one of the 3 lolcow kings. These people who are on the internet that everyone laughs at. Everyone, they have like this negative history. Everyone, if they know their name, they only know them from raging or being controversial or just, getting shown up in the worst way possible, where it's, anyone else is having this, they would just slink away from the internet because they're so shamed and so embarrassed. The same people as Wings of Redemption, that guy, talking about the age of consent should be, 14 or whatever. And DSP. Have you?
I don't think I knew that one.
Oh, dude, he had a video last year where he's talking to these 2 girls who were like 16, and it's weird. And was it last year? I don't know. He was he's still, at the time, he was in a relationship with Kelly. And then there was another video where his wife is like, it's like the screenshots of his wife, like thirst. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's not like she has nothing to like thirst trap about. Like, she's very large. Like, she's not posting pics, right?
provocative or something?
No, but like everyone's flirting with her, and she's like teasily flirting back, but like, oh, I don't think Jordy would. I think his name is Jordy.
Yeah,
So like,
sure.
and now mind you, these are almost probably all trolls. Because I watched a Wing stream one time back when he was on Twitch, and I shit you not, for an hour long. I wasn't watching the whole stream, but I saw the chat. Every fucking 3 minutes, this one guy would post the same question about Kelly. Is Wings able to sexually satisfy you?
Oh my god.
For a fucking hour.
Chatters are some of the fucking can have potential to be some of the weirdest fucking people in the world.
Which is funny because Wings is pretty benign as far as a lolcow goes. He's not really harming anyone, but they'll drag out these stories about how he killed kittens when he was like a young kid because he like left the cat under a bucket because he's like a kid. I mean, it's pretty fucked up, but like it wasn't like he wasn't like ripping the arms off of it or nothing. But he's still an idiot.
On purpose.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, there's like is it statute of limitations? Like how?
Yeah, exactly.
How
I mean,
do we
yeah, exactly.
Persecute someone for that, you know?
You know, and that's what these people get to. These lolcows, these internet fucking I can't call them dark heroes because DSP is definitely, or yeah, he's definitely not a hero in any way. But like these fucking internet villains, like everything that they've done just exists forever, and it's constantly bringing new people into the fold of this like bullying snowball essentially.
Yeah.
And it's really hard once that perception has taken hold to ever fight against it. I mean,
oh, definitely.
There are so many things even politically.
It gets a life of its own.
Yeah, like it becomes a narrative that just exists that you don't question it because like I mean, think about the normal person. They see something, they digest it, and then that's their fucking reality.
Right.
Like people don't actually take the time to like assess what is the validity of this unless it checks enough boxes where it's like this is so fake,
But most people don't even care that much to begin with to look into whether it's fake or not. They'll just be like, "Oh wow, this guy looks like a fucking loon." Onto my cat compilation videos now.
Yeah, because even if there is something to be suspicious about, there's always the next thing to just distract yourself with. You don't even need to give a fuck about it.
I don't even care.
But anyway, LTG.
We do care.
We obviously, maybe, and that's the problem is that we care too much.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, unironically.
I hate KOTOR 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I absolutely hate the game. A lot of people like the writing. A lot of people like the game. Personally, I think it's philosophy for... I'm trying to think of a word that's insulting that's not offensive. For people that are stupid. You're dumb if you like the game. But anyway, there is one good quote near the end of the game where the main character... Or is it the main? No, it's the girl, Kreia, who's also a fucking idiot. Says apathy is death. And that really is. Like, if you don't care about anything, what the fuck are you here for?
I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, that's if somebody ever says something that you care too much about X, Y, or Z, I mean, the only logical rebuttal is like, what do you care about?
Yeah, and they don't care about shit.
Because that's the thing. It's like, I just want to know. Like, I love to see passion, no matter where it's derived from.
Yeah, like that's the most interesting thing about a person is like when somebody has a passion.
Yeah.
It just feels a little awkward as an internet loser to have my passion be stupid things on the internet that nobody else really cares about, Because like it's not like a tangible thing where it's like, oh, you fucking sniff plants or you sew an outfit or you fart in jars or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Those are respectable things that people are passionate about.
Those are proper hobbies.
And caring about stupid things on the internet, nobody cares about. But anyway, what is your favorite thing about lowtiergod?
So what got me? I'm trying to think of even how I started watching his content. I think you were talking about him sometime first, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Watching you were just.
Yeah, I think.
Just kind of a. Were you watching his streams or were you?
No. It was definitely through troll videos.
It's through that's okay. That's a good point because I feel a lot of times that I find things that I genuinely like, it's always through a troll pipeline. It's always I'll see content videos of people messing with with other people in a certain game, or compilations of like low tier god losing his mind and talking about us being created from a grand creator that left, and now we're a pet project.
The original true human. Yeah.
That's just like, stranded on Earth, and like just insane shit like that. And then I watched enough of his videos that the algorithm suggested me his actual live stream, and I started watching, and it's like he's actually a very entertaining person.
Yeah,
He's
he
actually,
has
like,
the ability.
he's a really funny, entertaining dude, and it's a bit of a shame that kind of the persona that he puts out in his videos don't even capture like any of the charm in his like actual streams.
Yeah,
There's kind
the
of a
person he
disconnect
plays
there.
when he's like intentionally recording,
Yeah.
it almost there's a bit of real humanness to it because he has a bit more embarrassment when it's not going great or right. I don't know if have you ever seen his like making spaghetti video?
No.
Oh my god, dude. It's first off, it's way too long. Second off, he's making food for like a family of 10. And third off, it's like there's like 3 fucking ingredients. So
Yeah.
I'll just give you a teaser. They go to Walmart and they're trying to determine if they should buy the 5-pound ground beef for fucking 2 people, 5-pound ground beef, or the log of ground beef.
Okay. Okay.
Now, if you've ever cooked anything in your life, as supposedly these men do,
Right.
you see 5-pound ground beef, you see the fucking log of ground beef, which is 10 plus pounds. What the fuck?
You're going for the 10-pound. You're a grown boy. Come on.
Oh my god. Yeah. The fact that he didn't know how much food to buy for him and another person
That's so funny.
was fucking, that was the part that just floored me. And then he buys the 5-pound one, but the whole time he's making fun of the big meat, and I think he puts it by his penis, of course, because
of course, yeah.
you know, when you see the big log of beef,
That's
of
what
course
gotta
you
do.
just gotta put it by your dick and pretend you have a huge BBC, right? Which is LTG talks about constantly. So that's basically the only funny part of the video. The rest of it is just him shittily making some spaghetti. He does have some tips though. He has some good tips though. You know, soaking the noodles with the sauce, letting it seep. Also
pretty good.
You know, cheesing it. I don't think he puts it in the oven, but he cheeses it and covers it so then the cheese melts on over it.
So big brain.
Yeah, that's something I like doing.
Pretty good. It's like a baked pasta dish at that point.
Yeah, it really is. And also he buys all the great value fucking products too, which like have no flavor in them.
I don't know. When it comes to that, it's trial and error because there are some.
But the great value cheeses though, the cheeses are always the lower you can spend $2 more on cheese and get way more flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, this is hearsay. I don't know. But I've heard from people that actually worked at a local cheese
cheeseria
packaging plant that they off the same line, they're taking cheese and putting some into the name brand
and then
some into the great value stuff. So
you know, I would believe that. You know, and honestly, it could be placebo, but the thing about placebos is it's still real. You know, like
it works, right?
You know?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Although I do have to say the cheese that the UW school makes, actually pretty good. I don't think it's only in Madison though.
They make the cheese there.
Yeah, there's a cheese making place in the UW Madison campus. They have a cow elevator actually too.
A cow elevator?
Yeah, an elevator for the cows to go up and down on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wrote it accidentally because I didn't know how to get around the building.
Did you? Were you like, why am I in this like giant metal?
Yeah, it's very big. It's like the size of a small room, and the doors are like the come together in the middle doors. Like they both come from each side. Like it's not like a traditional elevator. And then like it closes again, and like there's like a padlock you can put down. So like I thought I was gonna fucking die, or I thought someone was gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing in this elevator?" But nobody cared. Kyle's gonna attack me.
Moo, why are you in our elevator?
Yeah, moo moo. Yeah, it was like the cow level. So I went down to the Diablo 2 cow level, and all I heard was moo 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 moo.
I think they were telling you to move out of the way because they
True.
wanted to get onto the elevator.
Well, they were actually listening to a Ludacris song. You know his famous line, "Move, bitch."
Move, bitch, get
Ludacris
out the
was
way.
role playing a cow.
He really was.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the music video, but he actually had like a
yes,
big
giant
cow
hands.
suit on. He had
Looks
udders, and he needed to get milked, and there was, sorry women, a bitch was in the way. Farmer John on the other side, that bitch had to move. That's
His
just
words,
reality.
Not ours. Luna's words,
Yeah,
not ours.
his words, not mine.
We disavow any form of that.
Yeah, we are
formally
not.
on the
We need to get a sign behind us that says no sexism, no Debbie Dadism as JL. What's that guy's name? JLP. Jesse Lee Peterson. You know, no Debbie Dadism as he would say. No, none of the bad isms. You know.
We are anti-ism here, actually.
Yeah, anti-ism. I don't even know if there's some way to negatively interpret that, but whatever.
Pretty good name for a podcast, actually.
The
Anti-isms.
anti-isms?
Or a title, a name.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-ism.
Okay, I'm so lost in the plot. I don't know what the fuck. How do we get on to? Oh yeah, we were talking about his cheese choices, and then you were telling me about how you have the inside scoop on how the factories are actually putting the same cheese in different bags.
Expose, actually. Yeah.
You know, I would believe that.
I do too.
Makes sense to me.
I genuinely do. But at the same time, there are like absolute knockoff things that are bad, like knockoff Oreos.
Oh yeah.
Like I doubt.
And those are definitely worse.
You know, yeah. So it's purchasing tip 101 is you just need to know how to pick your battles. Like there are some things you should just maybe spend an extra couple dollars on. Toilet paper is a good example. I judge people based on the toilet paper they get.
That's interesting because I was going to ask you if you judge people based on if they have brand name snacks or the knockoff snacks.
Well, I don't care about this. I don't care about snacks so much, because it's like, snacks are snacks. It's food. Like if I'm hungry enough to eat a snack, like I'll eat the snack. It doesn't. I'm not gonna judge someone based on that. But there are like small things. I mean, like I don't know, anything in the bathroom really. Even I think soap. You don't need a name brand or anything.
No, soap. Yeah, soap is the one thing where I could give less.
cares?
As long as it's I was gonna say as long as it's white, but that's.
Makes little. Well, I know what you mean. As long as it makes little bubbles when I.
Yeah, as long as it cleans, right?
Like that's all that.
As long as there's not like wood chips coming out of the soap when I rub my hands on it and give me splinters and shit.
I hate when soap has wood chips in it. Why
I
do they
know.
do that?
I don't understand why they make the soap in the kids' playground. Why are they doing that?
No, to go off of that, I don't know why they put splinters of wood in a kid's playground. Like
Well, yeah, they got the wood chips. Haven't you? Come on, you remember those?
Yeah, dude, there was a day that I walked around in that barefoot, and I need to ask my mom because I ended up getting a ton of splinters in my foot, and I had to get them all taken out. And then it was billed as a surgery. It was like $1,000.
Of course.
To get all those splinters out. Oh my god, it's so funny. Just to get like 50 splinters maybe or something taken out, it was labeled as a surgery. So then it was the price of it got amped up in an insane amount. Pretty cool, if you ask me.
Absolutely. It's always cool when you have a mild inconvenience in your life and you just need a little assistance and you're like, hey, you guys have the knowledge about this. What can we do? And they're like, yeah, I got you. And then a month later, you get the letter. Oh, some mail. Let me open this. Let me open my mail. Oh, what's this?
It's from the hospital.
Oh, they must be telling me some follow-up care, right? You know, open it up. You owe us $2,000. Your insurance did not cover this, that, or whatever. And you know what you do with those? You file those immediately in the shredder. You didn't receive it. You don't know what they're talking about. The hospital calls you. Be like, no, I was never there. I don't know what you're talking about. Loan sharks show up at your door. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to call the police.
Right.
Fuck them. I think there is like a video that actually tells you how to like manage like
was gonna
debt to
tell you that
hospitals.
too. Yeah, it's any kind of debt.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's pretty wild.
it's nuts.
There is some
It
actual
was
tactics you can take to like beat those scenarios, but
you literally take the shaky defense. You say wasn't me, wasn't me,
oh,
wasn't me,
yeah,
and then once because do you know how like the debt collector agencies like work
yeah,
more or
they kind of like
less?
they like buy your debt, so like they're not even
Yeah,
like
on like pennies on the dollar.
yeah, like
Like
they're not even trying to get the whole thing because like in
yeah,
a similar scenario, when if your car ever gets like I don't know, impounded, I think is it.
yeah.
Your car will be probably fucked up because they don't give a fuck when they're transporting it. They're probably banging it
Yeah.
into like everything on the
Oh,
way
I saw
in
a
the way.
picture about that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but if you call them and you're like, oh, like they're gonna tell you, be like, oh, it's this much money, and then be like, okay, I'm not gonna have that for like weeks. Can I come down and give you this much and do like 1/4 the number? They'll probably say yes. So I'd imagine it's kind of similar to debt collecting because I saw this actually happen, play out exactly. I gave somebody advice on how to do it when I worked at the halfway house, and it actually worked. That was fun. Oh
yeah.
no.
Because yeah, they'll accept. No, I sometimes if I don't hear anything for a little bit, I get scared that
Yeah, I was just about to check it,
that would again.
but it looks
Yeah.
fine.
Um, what was I?
So
Yeah, you can just pay them like if you have like a $500 debt or whatever, they'll take like $5. They'll take what they can get. Like they're not.
yeah,
It's crazy and just it really makes you wonder like oh how important is paying all this stupid shit off if they're willing to give away this debt
yeah.
to
I
these
mean, and that's how loans
collection
work.
agencies.
Like, or well, like that's how loans work. Loans have a risk, and the risk is usually,
So
factored into the interest of the loan. But when you have healthcare and you have these kinds of debts, there isn't the typical financial process. You're just fucked, and the hospital, I guess, is kind of fucked too because then they can't get reimbursed.
right.
So then the hospital and the people they're serving are in an antagonist relationship against each other. I don't know. I don't think you could make a worse healthcare system other than just like having a primitive society of like shamans, other than America.
I think having a group of shaman would be better though because they're actively looking out for the community.
Yeah, they do probably serve other roles because they're probably also like religious figures in the community. And then whether they're
That's what
actually
yeah.
healing you or not, at least everyone's having a good time.
I think a lot of shamanism has they are trained in medicine and they're not beholden to the almighty dollar, they're beholden to the spirits.
Yeah.
So
Well, but
I
what
trust the
happens
spirits
when
over
what
the
happens when
almighty
the
dollar.
spirit of Fiveish, the Jewish $5 bill, what happens when he is corrupting your shaman? How are you going to exorcise the Fiveish spirit from your shaman and saving your caveman community?
Fiveish.
You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
it's a anthropomorphic $5 bill. That's like a mascot for. Is it some like synagogue or
It's
something or like
some kind
a
of
children's show
Jew group or group of
or
Jews. I'm
Jewish?
sorry, that sounded wrong.
Yeah.
And I think Fiveish is there to teach the children the importance of money.
I mean, on it like literally, right?
And
I think there's
true,
one.
true.
There's. Did you actually watch like the whole
No, I got
episode?
to the part where the purse showed up, and then I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
The best part is when there's like a fire or something and they have firefighters
I
come
saw
and then
clips where he was doing like the ring around or do-si do with one of the firemen. Why?
yeah, there's well because it's like with whenever you're making content that's like a kids show, like logic is out the door, right? Like you just have one thing. Just make the most insane stuff because it's for kids. Like
Yeah, they're not gonna know what the fuck's. They're not gonna question it.
I'm not gonna question it.
They're only gonna question it when they're bored.
And if you keep them entertained, I mean, honestly, it's the same thing for like, look at Marvel action movies or
True.
whatever. Like, as long as you have enough stuff happening, and the general populace isn't bored, you can have whatever happen. Who cares?
Absolutely.
Oh, but he tries to he tries to like haggle down the firefighters.
No.
Like $100 for the service or whatever.
To
Okay,
put out the fire in their home? No, no. This is like Nazis made this, right?
I forget. I mean, I don't quote me on that, but I do remember a part where he tries to like haggle them down,
Oh my
like
god.
for their services. That's pretty pretty cool.
See, when I think of
Uh,
well, okay, first off, we just need to say, if the spirit of Fiveish is infecting your shaman in your community, absolutely we need to get that excised. But also, when I'm thinking of what Fiveish is doing for Jewish children, I'm thinking he's teaching them the value of money. Like, you put in work and you get money. But I forgot that for, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for them, a lot of Jewish people, they got a lot of control in the media. They're wealthy. So maybe when they think of money, they're not thinking like, I need to go work a cashier job and make like $5 an hour. It's more like, I got these huge expenses, and how can I haggle? How do I negotiate in these business meetings for these multi-million-dollar contracts? That's what Fiveish is teaching them.
yes.
It's just, I'm too poor to understand the relevance of Fiveish to myself. And that just shows you how far advanced, I guess, Jewish society is.
True.
Absolutely. I don't even know if we finished talking about LTG in any way that made any sense. We just,
I mean,
but
you know how it is.
But yeah, his main thing. I just wanted to bring up his main things are erotic stories about fucking people's moms. Classic COD style, but even better. Imagine the best COD lobby where everyone's talking about banging your mom. That's LTG. And then he throws pads, and I'm not talking about women hygiene products here. He's throwing controllers. He doesn't do that too often though, but he'll put them in the videos every time they come up.
He gets pretty into it.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, he does try to protect against those aspects of his stream by turning his webcam off. But don't worry, just hit the donation goals. That camera's coming right back on.
I love how it's always fluctuating too. Like sometimes it's 30, sometimes it's 20.
Sometimes it goes to 50 and then doubles after that.
Oh,
that one was the best.
He does not want. Well, it's got to pay.
Gotta pay.
Gotta pay to play.
Absolutely. If you want to play with this man's heart and emotions, you gotta give him the money. At least he's monetizing his trolls, unlike all the other people who just whine about not having any money. It's just like, I don't know. They're just so down bad and desperate. They have no idea how to crawl themselves out of the hole they got themselves in. But the problem is that the way that they got themselves there in the first place, and they never I can't do anything at all. I have no agency. I think that's like one of the worst things a person can have about them is just like, I've tried nothing and I'm already out of ideas.
True.
And I see that a lot in the mental health community, unfortunately.
I kind of see that. Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, before we go, we are at 47 minutes. We should try to wrap it up with the big topic of the time. We should have something.
Oh, actually, hey, can we do, well,
what is it?
Do you have something? Otherwise,
I was just going to bring up Ukraine. And I was going to hope that I rolled into, I had like an amazing shit take about it when I was on the toilet 2 days ago, but I can't remember it right now.
Well, you gotta be writing the stuff down, dude.
I know.
It's amateur hour.
Absolutely. Okay, so what were you going to say?
Well, I have my favorite segment in the whole world, but
what is that?
Music analysis.
Oh, music analysis. Oh, do you have a song?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, quickly. Ukraine.
Yeah. Go for that. Here, I'll give my take on Ukraine. It's happening. It was terrifying. It was terrifying when it was going on, but I'm an ostrich. My head is buried in the sand. I've lost my shit take, but I'm just going to use a take I stole, which is Putin's invading to stop the creation of Stalker 2, which is a video game that apparently was going to have NFTs in it or something. What?
Have you ever played the Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl game?
I mean, I know the series.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Apparently they're going to make a Stalker 2, and it has like everyone's really concerned about it because it has like they're like going to put NFTs or all sorts of dumb shit in it.
Why? How? I mean, NFTs?
I don't know.
Why would it? I don't understand what that means. What that means in the context of a video game.
Dude, the fucking Dead by Daylight devs sold their models to an NFT fucking person, or NFT thing for the Pinhead model. So there's some fucking magical way that it happens. Okay, what's the song? I'll look it up right now.
Okay, it's "Walking on the Sun" by Smash Mouth.
Walking on the Sun. Okay, what's a good website for lyrics?
Honestly, you could just
Music
Google it.
genius. I mean, I did
Yeah,
Google it, but
otherwise,
I like the
Jesus.
website when it's all broken up with the verse and chorus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here we go. What is it? It's Ain't No Joke. Was there anything you want to say about it before we look at the lyrics?
Well, I just want to say, I was listening to this album and I'm just a little blown away because it's, they get the rap of being the Shrek band or whatever because
Dude, I saw them live.
Did you really?
Yeah, I saw them at Bratfest.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
like actually a little jealous because they seem like legit cool dudes.
Yeah, the concert was pretty cool. They obviously saved all the big ones to the end.
Right.
Oh,
Naturally.
which sucked because they were just playing songs nobody recognized. Everyone was exhausted and drunk.
Well, that's the price you pay when you probably saw them for pretty much free.
I did see them for free. It was a free event, so.
So you kind of got what you paid for, and
Absolutely.
got a good show. But a lot of their lyrics are actually pretty I don't want to use the word deep, but kind of get into it.
There's something there. There's something to think on, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot to chew on, and they're more than just somebody. Anyways.
Once farted on me. Okay, so I vaguely remember this song. Let's go for the lyrics here. It ain't no joke. I'd like to buy the world a toke. So he wants the world to mellow out, right? He wants to give him some weed. Is that what that means?
Yeah, they're total stoners too. By the
Okay,
way.
I didn't actually know that until I saw that line. Makes
Yeah.
sense. And teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, and teach the world to snuff the fires and the liars. Hey, I know it's just a song, but it's it's spice for the recipe. This is a love attack. I know it went out, but it's back. So that seems pretty. I mean, that is what a good song does, you know, where you're not saying exactly 100% what you're wanting, especially when you're talking about like almost advocating for something, right? But you're like kind of flowering it up enough where it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if I can like move this over here. I'm gonna open this in.
Are we gonna bring the lyrics?
Yeah, I
up
think so. It'll be easier.
to the main stage.
I'm just gonna do it live. Let me. Oh god, there's a fucking advertisement. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna not do that. Let me. Okay. Okay, distract him.
So what's been in the news recently? Okay, so apparently there was an attack on Ukraine. I'm just getting this in. It seems that there's a fighter pilot who's shooting down every Russian aircraft.
Oh no, that's wrong. No, that's not it. It's actually it's a woman's husband.
So dumb. So fucking stupid.
And see, he's having the soldiers come in. Just a lot. You know that convoy, that huge convoy that they talked about, that 40-mile Russian convoy? It's not coming to invade. Those are actually defecting soldiers who are queuing up to fuck this Ukrainian man's wife. And then afterwards, after they already finish completely, then he kills the soldiers. And a 40-mile long Russian convoy of defectors have lined up. And they call him the Cuck of Kiev.
You took the. I was gonna say that's right, folks.
That's another great one I'm stealing from the internet.
The Cuck of Kiev.
I forgot where. I think that was on maybe the Destiny subreddit or something.
That was on. You were telling me it was on Destiny.
That one's pretty good.
From a Twitter tweet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got the lyrics up now.
Okay, thank God.
So, what do we have in this next part? Love attack. It's just like any fad. It retracts before the impact. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like that part. And just like fashion, it's a passion for the with it and hip. If you got the goods, they'll come and buy it just to stay in the clique. Okay, yep. It's I don't want to say passable or serviceable. That feels like that's insulting. But it's doing exactly what it wants to do, you know?
Yeah, it's a little intriguing too. It's like, what are they talking about? What's going on?
Oh, so this makes the chorus make a little bit more sense or more interesting, because like the only part of the song that I ever knew the lyrics to was the chorus, which is like, so don't delay, act now, supplies are running out. Allow, if you're still alive, 6 to 8 years to arrive. Does that mean something?
Well, if you click on Genius, let's see.
Does somebody have an extra 6 to 8 years to arrive?
Because the don't delay act now is like, the people selling stuff on TV. Like, call now type stuff.
Oh, so like the thing you're paying for
It's coming 6 to 8 years if you do it.
Oh, so that is also what later. Oh, I get it. So you're buying.
I'm telling you, dude.
Okay.
It's a lot like more brainy than you'd expect from a stoner band from California.
Yeah, and then if you're like, you're not even going to be alive at the time, and it's also like, if you follow this kind of mindset, you would have to live long enough to feel good by getting out of this mindset. Like, because nobody in this mindset feels good. Like, when you externalize your value to other people's perceptions of you, you are done. Like, you are beholden to what other people think about you in a negative way that is unhelpful. Generally, obviously, people should care about what other people think about them in terms of like, your behavior. But in terms of just like, appreciating your own appearance or taking care of yourself, like, you need to modulate that with your own kind of like, what do you want for yourself?
Right, exactly. People really put way more emphasis on the external.
Oh, so what he's saying here is that
it's about love, dude.
If you don't kind of go with what they think about, hey, we need to like care about each other, then you might as well be walking on the sun. Yeah. Because you're stressed out. You're dead. You're dead. You're burning. The environment's fucked. All those things. Because at the same time, that industrial, like that kind of like commodification of like, clothing was commodified during the Industrial Revolution to be more than just something that you wear for modesty, but something that you wear as a point of style and things like that. But that has, harmful impacts for the environment as well. So there's a lot to chew on. Absolutely. Song, what do we got? With the next verse here, 25 years ago, they spoke out and broke out of recession and oppression, and together they toked and they folked out. So now he's talking about like civil rights and like was it the sexual revolution? When was that? Is that in the 70s?
Sexual revolution. I think he's specifically referring to what was that big festival?
Something Palooza something. Is that right?
I don't think it was a Palooza, right? Hippie festival.
Hippie festival. Stupid hippie festival.
Oh, was it Stock something?
Stockholm syndrome. Stockfest.
Anyways.
That stock sounds right, but I don't know. What was they folked up? Wait, no, I already read that part. And then some were spellbound, some were hellbound. Some fell down and got back up, fought back against the meltdown, and their kids were hippie chicks, all hypocrites, because fashion is smashing the true meaning. Oh, and that's kind of getting back at like, that whole kind of era and attitude got commercialized. So like the people that were kind of born out of that, got sold that. Although it is blaming the individuals a little bit much there, but whatever, lyrics got to work out somehow.
It was
And also, they could just
Woodstock.
be funnies. Woodstock, yeah.
I had to.
There we go.
It was gonna bother me. It was like a sneeze.
Okay, and then we got the chorus again. We already comprehended that one. And then we got, I think this is the last lyrics. So the last verse here. It ain't no joke when a mama's handkerchief is soaked with her tears because her baby's life's been revoked. The bond is broke up, so choke up and focus on the close-up. Mr. Wizard can't perform no godlike hocus pocus, so don't sit back, watch the world get bushwhacked. Now at 10, your neighborhood is under attack. Put away the crack before the crack puts you away. You need to be there when your baby's old enough to relate. So there's a lot of there's so much.
It got pretty busy at the end there.
There's so much going on here. I mean, we're talking about, the drug epidemic. We're talking about, an individual, dealing with, substances and for the purpose of being there for their children. But then also there's a bit of like, there's once again, there's the call to arms about, don't sit back, oh, the world's going to get fucked up. I don't really kind of get the first part though. There's no joke when a mama's handkerchief is soaked. Oh, because it's soaked with her tears. Because her baby's life has been revoked. Is it like...
He got killed.
Because he got killed, yeah.
It's like, oh, well, this person says it's from the Vietnam War. Because this is talking about the 60s era.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know when the war on drugs exactly kind of got pushed in, but I remember there was a bit of the hippies because, well, I mean, the Vietnam fucking war went on for like 25 years, so.
Yeah.
And but it isn't just like such a simple kind of pop song though, because like usually the song would be like, this is why I don't like a lot of I don't like call to arms kind of songs, honestly, because they're very simple. It's like, in any shittier version or shittier song, it would just be like,
calling you out, right?
Yeah, or it would just be like, don't sit. It would be primarily emphasized on the don't sit back section. It would primarily emphasize that rather than all these other kind of like really subtle parts.
Yeah.
And it would kind of repeat like the call to action thing, which is just like, I get it. Like, I understand that you're doing that. I don't need to be told over and over again, So
and also, it's just a catchy song. It's just a fucking.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen to it. Hey, when you're done with this, listen to it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Listener,
yeah, pull it up. Yeah, because the chorus in this one is almost it is catchier than the other song, which is the pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Which
that's catchy too. I like.
Yeah,
this is a different kind of song.
For the longest time, I thought the lyrics were. I didn't know what the first line was, but I thought the second line was "put up a fucking lot" or like I don't know what I mishear lyrics all the time. I have no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Mishear lyrics all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why this is so surprising to me, because like I genuinely had no fucking idea what the song was about. I just thought it was like typical like, dude weed lyrics Lamau, where they're just, and so many bands are like that, and I genuinely hate that. And I've followed bands where like they start off like decent, but then like, oh dude, they smoke the weed and write funny lyrics, oh my god, and then like the later albums are just like all incomprehensible, basically gibber shit, and it's like, okay, thanks. So I guess that was it for today.
Yes, sir.
The future topics. Let me get the image back here. There we go. There we are.
I can't wait.
I was just looking at what was on the fucking document.
That cannot.
Maybe I'll clip that out in the YouTube.
Like, okay, so I'm saying literally just cut out the part where it comes up, but everything else stays.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, next time I think we'll segment things in a way that is digestible.
Definitely.
We'll actually come prepared to talk about the segments in a way that isn't just incoherent ramblings. But I think I like that too.
It's kind of fun. I mean, it's just finding a balance, and I think like we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Again, hit us up in viewer
Yeah,
Mailroom.
please.
Let us know
if you want us to talk about something.
You want to talk some shit?
You want to talk shit? I'll talk some shit. I got nothing but time.
You will definitely talk some shit.
Yeah. So yeah, comments, suggestions, topics you want to hear talked about. I got a lot of ideas for the next episode. It's gonna be great. Share, like, and subscribe. Absolutely. And I'm Borley Borelstein. I'm
Fontleroy.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
No last name needed.
Yeah, no. Your first name is your last name.
My last name is my first name.
Oh, fuck. I always forget that. I get that mixed up. It's like doing math when you multiply the same number by something and you get the same outcome, but I put the numbers in the wrong order all the time. And my teacher gives me an F.
You forgot your PEMDAS.
I know.
Class.
Absolutely. Please satisfy sexually at lowtiergod, my dear Aunt Sally. And I think with that, we're out.
Bye.